Hello, poet friends. Hello. The Hearth is back again. We showcase the voices of the world, the hearts of the world. The Hearth presents the World Poetry Collage. Our objective behind this is to reach out the poets, to present before you the poets from different backgrounds, from different time zones and different climates. People say poets have no age, poets have no borders. Poets map their own geography, their own heart, and they are the soul makers. We rise, we fall, we go down, we walk, we run, we dream, and we hold hands together with poetry. I am very fortunate to work for Hearth projects where people, the poets of the nations from different countries, have collaborated voluntarily and come across different poetic hearts, different contexts, the backgrounds through which poetry speaks. In this very particular issue of the Hearth, we have with us poets from different contexts, climates, time zones. We have Emilie Collyer from Australia. We have Usha Akella and Anita Nahal from the US. We have Mitali Chakravarty from Singapore. We have Molly Joseph from God's own country, Kerala. We have Zinia Mitra from the foothills of the Himalaya, north of Bengal. And we have one representative from the northeast of India, Jharna Choudhury from amazing Assam. I must thank Basudhara Roy for curating it and giving new dimension to Hearth projects. I thank Saket for technical support. We are planning for a mega world festival of poetry very soon. We need your guidance and suggestions. And through suggestions and guidance, we can march ahead and ride on poetry. We want to reach out to the ocean of poetry. Stay tuned, stay well, write well. We will connect you again. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Emilie Collyer. I'm an Australian poet living on Wurundjeri land. This is my poem, To Call Home. Striding city streets midweek, past doorways and shop fronts, people huddle, piles of clothes, a sleeping bag, a milk crate. Winter drops darkly, concrete ruptures hard to see. A trip in the twilight hour, ankle snap, throb of an old injury, never quite healed. Ragged limp along Elizabeth Street, wind tunnel to parked car, slow drive home. The house that by some definition you own, where rain comes in the back, the floors slope, walls bleed unfixable cracks, an orange cat has taken to spraying the dusty front yard. Every creature seeks a place to call home. You, a visitor on this land, uninvited guest, inheritor of sea journeys, those who made them no longer here to speak, of what came with leaving, sorrows and shock, hope and beginnings. The past is muffled here, ear to the ground. What new shapes for listening are under your feet.
speaking to you from Maryland, US, right outside Washington, D.C. The poem I'm going to recite today comes from emotions related to COVID-19. The utter shock, the fear, the helplessness, the deep sadness on seeing so many passing away all over the world without ever seeing or touching their loved ones again. This poem comes from those emotions. It's called What Happened to Their Clothes. As I was doing yoga, laying on the carpet in my bedroom, I saw my clothes hanging in my open cupboard. They seemed oddly silent. I wondered if I would ever wear any again. To dance, to work, at the grocery store, or anywhere. Tears started to swell up. What happened to the clothes of those who died from COVID-19? Are they still hanging in their cupboards? Still waiting to be worn to work or dinner or theater? Still waiting to wrap their owners' bodies? What happened to their beds and comforters? Are they still waiting to give sleep to their owners? Why am I thinking of inanimate objects? I asked myself. Why wasn't I thinking of their loved ones left behind? I suppose the news I read today of their bodies being quickly driven away by body collectors in hazmat suits, never to be seen by their loved ones again, made me cry more for their clothes and bed sheets, that their loved ones would never see them in again. Thank you.
This one is called Poems I Can't Write. And this was one of the earliest poems with which I began this collection. I am cracked glass glinting in the crevices of the tar body of Kali. I am gulped by fear to say, this cleaved being is me, but what option but to be severed, a bold stump instead of giddy caged flight in the mirror's polished night. To be a kept woman in culture's gnarled comfort, or to be exiled, to breathe something that is something like air. If you hold me, you cut yourself. Nothing nice, these poems, not roses, but spice. Eastern spices wafting across a bipolar blue shaft you call the Atlantic, turning it yellow. The color of turmeric staining transcendence, and your Mary's pristine robe glittering with stars above. So glittering, she didn't leave any light for us to shine. How can we compete with that kind of glory? So I took another story called Kali, garlanded with the skulls of each painful fall in the world. This is our bounty to share. We stick out our tongue at countries that try to claim us, inhabiting each like a ghoul inhabits a cremation ground, for we are never wholly human in each of them. This is our domain, not among the stars. We hurt and are hurt. Each step leaves a claw mark on the sand, because pain is guttural, it belongs to the subterranean. Ask Mary, when she lost her son, her cries flung, far flung, echoing in your own white souls. 2,000 years later, you paint your faces in vain. And there is one version of her, beheading her own head to survive, fountainous blood gush. Indian women do this, beheading and beheaded. Read that metaphor any way you want, it will break your heart. That's the architecture of woman. Her garment of hands reminding us we make our own fates, or so we think. Does she not wear us all? That grand goddess of eternity, she wears you too, Mary. Mary, tell me, clad in your robe so blue, so gossamer, do you ever meet her? Do your paths cross? Do you lift crosses together? My poems bloom from cow dung soil. gobar we call it, spreading it thick on walls of huts, the sun above so full of desire, alchemizing anything noble into something darker. Listen, I tell myself, unburden yourself in these poems. Say it to yourself, this cleaved self is I, victim, abuser, wreaking revenge senselessly on a battlefield, hurt, hurting, hating, hated, fatigued, emerging. This is I am not vanquished. I come from a hot land of famines and flood, and ageless ancient sages meditating in the cold summits of the Himalayas, rarefied above a woman's body, a country with veins of hidden tales that don't die, nothing of the glory of outsourced capital profits or softwares you sell to us or we to you, white people with wide blue eyes. Not all poems are missives, but missing boats on the Ganges. Stained with blood, turmeric and masala, generational neurosis ripened to fully raging flowers. In my head, I'm crowned with these poems to speak these poems of heart thaw. Is time coming apart like organza sari pleats, thorns pressing into my forehead? Oh no, the tales are not dead, my appetites are not fed, and there is no second coming of light, only the blight of women staking the earth, taking their own in every possible way, and the innocent fall on some days, and I am saying it with poems I can't write.
Hello. Today I'm going to read to you a poem called Earth Song. The old woman sat spinning her loom in the glittering light of the moon. The old woman sat spinning her loom, weaving stories of green, ancient lores of the earth before the dawn of man. Dinosaurs died while ripping trees, or was it an asteroid? Was it a disease? There are stories about all these. Humankind, will they survive? Will they survive the virus, the flaming forests, the rising waters, the melting ice, volcanoes, tsunamis, quakes? So many died. Dassies, kangaroos, but so many still live. Can humans survive? The old woman of the moon twirls tails on her loom and smiles at her sister on earth. This time she threads the story of how the moon came to be. How from Thea was formed Earth and her sister Luna. The time will come, her loom wove, when man will inhabit both. The sisters will unite to support humankind on land and seas. The virus will slowly turn benign. With that she smiled, swirling dreams that hum with hope. Gossamer weaves star-spangled stretched across the skies, coloring with love the tears of those who died. Painting with love the tears of those who survive. Lalon listens amidst the starry skies, hums softly. Love will set the world aright. Love with compassion will help mankind. For humanity he sings, in humans he believes. Thank you.
Hi everyone. Greetings from India. I'm Molly Joseph. The title of my poem is Hearths. My heart fumes. In its smouldering embers, the whirl and swirl of lived experiences, purging, reclaiming. The uncertain, wanton wind setting it ablaze. Leaping flames stretch out, only to subside as if doused into frozen zones of silence. No, the unpredictable wanton is at it again. Changeless it is, the change so cyclic. Mankind reels under the COVID that disguises by waxing, waning, mutants in varying forms, devouring multitudes. Nuance we must to the new normal. The waves recede only to bounce back again with new counters. We need forge weapons of resistance from cauldrons of experience, of suffering, resurgence, and fight. Distance we are on physical planes, yet with love, kindness, and care that accrue borderless, we heal hearts, instill hope, a word, a thought, a little act is enough to redeem the world. Instill hope. Let us keep our hearts warm, blowing up embers of love and promise. Let us keep our hearts warm, blowing up embers of love and promise. Thank you.
First poem, Trees are Buddhas. The trees are Buddhas. They stand wrapped in intense meditations together and make forests. When the melancholic winds break against their feet, they preach peace. They shed their memories like autumnal leaves. Born on the moist earth, the trees bloom fragrant flowers like love. Greener leaves sprout like sutras in the spring to whisper truths. The seasons dance their melodies on the boughs, adorn them with new leaves, new fruits, then strip them away. The trees then lift the furrowed barks and yellowed leaves. Ripe seedy fruits fall on the earth. Each seed is wooed to grow a tree. Spring arrives to fulfill them. The trees grow old secretly after every spring. They draw coded rings deep inside their trunks, then wither away. Preachers of deep silence, they lift the rhythm of the cosmos. We die many times in a lifetime like the trees, are renewed with every spring that comes our way. And after a season of fruits and flowers as burden, carrying our floral memories, we die. The gust rolls the fallen leaves across forest floors. Bamboo flutes make somber music. The tall, green trees silently embrace the seasons. We all are undeciphered rings in the end. Thank you.
Six a.m. Sunday. The morning nectar is laid out for the purple sunbirds. Joyous oleanders give what I think tastes like honey on their nibs. Hovering, they turn their eyes to see if I'm there, chiming my spoon, curled on the ledge like a houseplant. I think they want to pollinate, a dollop of love in my cereal bowl, perhaps touch my face with a fan softer than water, then carry away 24 unfinished poems, leaving me one of a kind, with a metallic feather word string, smelling like a beautiful day, if beautiful day could flutter a wing inside a shrub and ease.
Greetings, everybody. The Hearth Within has been a wonderful journey for all of us. We have grown with it, we are growing with it, and we hope we are moving towards newer and brighter horizons. A warm, warm note of gratitude to all the contributors who are a part of this special video, and we look forward to the Hearth growing in the days to come. Thank you so much.